up in the spot, they be asking what I got. Gas for an extra mile, an extra inch for the dot. When I pull up in the spot, better show me what you got, Red B.
What's happening, people? My name is Samuel Soul. Welcome to Podcast with Soul. This is our very first episode, and I'm so excited. And we have our very first guest. He goes by the name of Honest Diabolic, the last bar bender. Welcome, dog. Welcome.
How are you, broski?
Welcome.
Thank you for hosting me.
Tell us, who's Diabolic?
Honest Diabolic is that rapper, that tall, dark rapper guy who's a poet and all, but then the artist within, that's that guy.
That's pretty dope. So tell us, at first you were a dancer, right?
Mhm.
Before you actually decided to drop dancing and focus more on the music.
Yeah, boo.
What happened? What made you change your mind, decide to drop everything else and
Nice.
decide to rap?
Well, to me, hip hop is like energy. It doesn't die out. It actually changes form. I was a poet and a dancer, and I decided it's okay, as in it's the time for me to actually do all the spoken word on a beat.
Okay, that's
man.
pretty dope. And I remember when you dropped the first single that you dropped. It was titled what?
Bar heist.
Bar Heist. And on that single, you were throwing shots rather,
Yeah.
to a lot of rappers in the northern side of Johannesburg. That's why I got Gippsland.
Yeah.
When you firstly dropped that single, did they accept you in the hip hop community, or it was just a thing that he's just another dancer who's trying to rap, and we're just gonna give him some time, and after that he's gonna disappear?
Well, honestly, that's a mystery to me because after releasing the first single, I didn't like be interviewing people like, yo, what you think of that? What you think of that? But then the feedback was like awesome because I was already in the hip hop community, but then I started doing my things in a different form. So yeah, the feedback was great though.
And what actually motivated the joint? What was the motive behind the joint?
Yeah.
It sounded like a diss track.
It sounded like a diss track, but then it wasn't. It was just me asserting, oh, it's okay. I'm here now. I'm a rapper. I've got bars. I've got diction. I've got metaphors. Deal with that.
So actually, it was about you displaying your skill as an artist to prove that I belong here. This is where I belong. This is my spot.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
So in 2016 or 2015, you were like the first rapper to appear on the Slicker on
Like
Live
on
website.
live, yeah. The underdog challenge. That was actually a great milestone for someone who just like recently started, like a year into the whole game, doing all this and getting recognition from an established brand that promotes the culture like that. It was just awesome, and big ups to the platform.
So who plugged you?
I actually spoke to this other guy who was an editor at the time. I forgot his name. My apologies for that. But he heard the track Bar Heist and he went crazy over that. But then at the time, I had released Chasing Paper. That's the single.
So
he decided
that
to
was
go
your
with.
second single.
Yeah, Chasing
Then
Paper.
you went on the Back to the City.
Back to the City mixtape
Mixtape
challenge,
challenge.
with Passion vs Pride mixtape. Yeah.
Did you win?
Nope, second place. But like it's actually something that I can actually glorify, because if it's your first time doing something and you're actually getting the recognition that like you didn't even fathom you would get, like that's something major, big time.
So it was in a period of less than 5 years. You
Less
achieved
than 5
everything
years.
in less than 5 years.
Yeah.
Because according to how I know is that if you're gonna be rapping for more than 5 years and not blowing up, you're a struggling artist. So
Yeah.
would you say that at this point you're a struggling artist, or you're there in the mainstream, one foot in, or what's happening?
Well, I cannot necessarily say I'm there 1 foot in because I'm not rubbing shoulders with these big cats. But honestly, I've established myself to be someone who's heading there.
But you did go for Sotra
Sotra Cyphers. Oh yeah, shout out to Speaker for plugging me with that. Sotra Cyphers was a revelation and a half for me. Like, I enjoyed the experience. Beside me rapping, representing myself, of course, and my community, it was just a revelation and a half. Like, yo, D, you're amongst these people you've been idolizing for some time, and you're there with them.
So at the time, you were like the only rapper from the north who actually went on those ciphers.
Yeah.
Did you guys compete for that spot, or it was just a thing where they just choose you because you dope, drop
Oh.
dope bars,
I didn't
or it was
compete.
connections?
Yeah, well, connection. Like I didn't compete per se for the spot, but then I was chosen, handpicked by Speaker himself to be there and be part of the experience, and I appreciate that. Yeah,
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
That's
man.
pretty dope. And with that ciphers, I saw a whole lot of people that a whole lot of cats there.
A whole lot of
Like,
cats.
it was a whole lot of big cats there. Weren't you scared at first that you're gonna be going bar to bar with big cats, like people who've been in the industry?
Well, honestly, the honest truth is, I was like in shock. It was okay, wait. Because I posted about this, I think it was like 2019.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? In less than a year, I want to be in social ciphers. And then in 2020,
Then you went.
it happened.
So basically, what you say is that you set goals for yourself and you achieve those goals
Yeah, man.
within your career.
Within my career, yeah.
That's pretty
Like
cool.
it's important that like as an artist to like set certain goals, which you know what, I want to accomplish 1, 2, and 3 in a certain amount
period
of
of
time.
time.
Yeah.
You don't just want to rap. It's okay.
Yeah.
If money comes, it comes. If deals comes, it comes.
Yeah.
So you never been a signed artist before,
I've never been signed to anyone or any affiliation.
but have you ever gotten a contract or a call from labels wanting to sign you or wanting to work with you?
Well, while I was in Deep Society, we actually had a promising adventure, if I would put it that way, with native rhythms, but then it didn't happen because of certain things which I cannot like disclose. But then,
Right.
yeah, that did
So
happen.
that was it.
Yeah, that was
After
it.
that, you just work indie. You never
Yeah.
try to get a record deal
No,
with
because
any label.
I was seeing what was happening around. You know, if you're an artist, you must be aware of your environment, what's happening at what time. And I was seeing what's actually happening around. It was okay, artists are being after over by labels. This happens, that happens. You lose everything, and you don't actually own your work. So that was something I was trying to avoid. And at this time right now, I'm highly independent. I own the rights to everything I've done in my life.
So what's important to you? It's you owning your masters or you becoming a big brand and then establish yourself as a bigger artist with a bigger budget from a certain label that signs you, or you just want to be independent and own your masters?
I want to be independent and own my stuff because I want to leave a legacy for my family, my kids. Like when I die and perish, I shall not just perish. My name will remain, my brand will be known and whatnot. My music will still be making rounds and my kids will eat.
No,
Yeah.
that's pretty dope. Tell me, dog, have you ever had beef with anybody, like your hitman CEO? Have you ever had beef with him?
I wouldn't call it beef. If it was beef, there was going to be like a whole lot of back and forths, telling each other this and that.
Okay.
Like, you know what Inkabi is doing with the other cats and all. It was gonna be like that. But then right now, I feel like, nah, it's not really like beef. Yeah. Just
What
a
happened? What
misunderstanding.
happened? What happened? Clarify for the
clarify.
folks at home,
Okay.
so that they understand what went down. So that we just don't assume that it was beef.
Alright, so what happened was we got booked by Hitman, right? To perform at his Valentino show. I think it was in 2016, 17, around those dates and all. So basically, I was still a dancer.
At the time, you still
Yeah,
had it.
still a dancer, and I was making my debut as a rapper. Yeah, man. We performed as it IDNC, Third Command, we danced and all, but then when I was supposed to perform as an artist, diabolic myself, I couldn't because the guy was like, nah, you all performed already. Yeah,
With
man.
the crew.
With the crew. Yeah, man. That's what happened and all. Yeah.
Then you guys never actually, because on your song, The Bies, there's a couple of shots that I'm throwing at everybody. I think he caught one of the strays. What was that on about?
I wouldn't say he caught a stray or he didn't catch a stray, but then in Bar Heist, I was just establishing my dominance. So it's okay, as in some corners, what's in there.
Okay, they shouldn't fuck with this.
Yeah,
guy.
man, big
I can
time.
rap, I
And
can
honestly,
skills.
ever since that, no one has like tried to throw anything in my direction because they know who's has
Damn,
things or stuff.
you lie, bro.
No, like real talk.
Nobody ever wanted to actually go into a band with you.
Nope. Okay, this is for the viewers out there. If you feel like, okay, you can go bar for bar with me, please. Let's make something happen. Like, I'm bored.
Nizwi lang it. Nizwi lang it.
Yeah, man.
Ningathanda plug as doesn't land. I plug you guys with nice things. You want a battle? Anybody? Hit him up.
Put your money where your mouth is.
So you saying that as a rapper at this point, in the South African hip hop, the state of hip hop,
State of hip hop, yeah.
yeah, how is it? What do you like? How do you feel about the state of hip hop at this point?
As for the, if I could say, like for the past 2, if not 3 years, we've only had like 3 names popping in hip hop, which is what your Blackie, McLaren Doughboy, and the other rappers and all. But then, Tato Soul, which is bad because when you look on the contrary, Amapiano on a daily you get a new hit, a new artist doing something.
So what do you think cause that? Like the fact that we only get one artist after 5 years or 6 years in the hip hop, and in piano we get like artists every week. Is it because of there's too many gatekeepers? Let's talk about
Gatekeepers, yeah.
So is it a myth that some certain channels, in order for them to play music and stations, you need to pay money and Payola? There's like gatekeepers that need to get paid before you could actually
It's
get
real. It's happening. It's not a myth.
Jeez,
and
bro.
honestly, like, I'm glad I was plugged into. Sorry about that. I was plugged into Kings of Joburg by Milk Flow.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
She is an awesome person. Like, shout out to Milk Flow.
So
like,
she's not a gatekeeper.
in a sense, she is a gatekeeper.
So there are those she's
But
closing the
she's a
gate for.
good.
She's like,
She's a good gatekeeper. You
Nah.
only get through if you got mad talent.
When you say there's good gatekeepers, the same as you say there's a good slaver.
There's good masses.
Nah, there's no good masters. So,
But like-
so you're saying that in order for you to actually get
Yeah.
a play in South African in the industry,
You need money.
you need money.
You
so
have
that
to
you keep
pay
on
up.
paying things like
Straight.
Payola.
Mm-hmm.
So it does exist.
Yeah, it does exist. It's not a myth. It's not a legend. It's something that's actually happening right now.
Have you ever gotten to a point where you wanted to submit your music and the producer was telling you that it's naked? You
Straight
have to
up.
put in some
Straight up, I've had that. I cannot disclose which labels I
yeah,
went to
you should
at the
you're gonna
time,
get sued.
but then it did happen. Like
So
it did happen.
how much was it? How much did they want?
Well, the first label told me like, oh, it's okay. You want this and that, 5K. I was like, oh, it's 5K. I thought y'all was supposed to be like pumping
Jeez,
the
dog.
cash in into the artist so the artist can be like, hey,
So
you
in a way, what are you saying? Is that Sam or Soul can just pull through with no talent or anything, but the fact that I have money, I can pay my way into the industry.
Yeah, that's why we have trust fund babies in the industry right now. No talent whatsoever, but they have money to push their agenda.
So you're saying that there's no cats. Some of the cats don't deserve to be in the mainstream. At this
Straight
point.
up. Yeah, straight up.
Just because
I know
they pay
you
and
listening
they-
over there, you can actually come up with like 5 names off the top of your head, but then I won't mention any.
of the people that pays their way in.
Yeah, straight up, it does happen.
I get that. So with so you're saying that you actually need a lot of money to establish your career in South Africa.
Mhm.
How
You
much
need
do you
money.
think you would need? Estimation.
Estimation. Well, 100K can get you way far.
So
Cause
it can actually get you established.
established because you work on a track. Like for instance, you're just pushing one track, not a whole project, right? That track, getting it all over the stations, shooting a video for it, and paying channels
To
so
get
that
it. So-
they can play your stuff.
Okay.
Because you cannot go to channel O or go to your MTV base. There's certain channels you have to go through to reach
Before
those
you can reach
establishments.
those.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole process of Payola and
Takes
gatekeeping
course.
happens.
Yeah. Straight up.
Okay. I hear you on that one.
Mhm.
So you definitely let's just say now you wanna push your songs. How do you push your music?
Well, my music, I push
Do
it.
you also pay Payola or you just
I don't pay Payola at all.
or you don't pay at all?
Mhm. I
So
don't
it's,
pay at
it's
all.
the same as you don't pay, you don't eat. Type of system. It's like that.
Yeah,
That's
you
type
don't
of
pay,
system,
you don't eat. But then it goes down to, do you connect with people beside people listening to your music? Like when you're at a show performing, you have to like network with people. Oh, that's diabolic. I spoke to him, he's a cool guy. Let me check out his catalog. Man. Like that's how you actually will people in to like liking your stuff and whatnot. Beside you having to spend a whole lot of money to get your stuff out there.
I always had this question: how do upcoming artists? I don't know if you're still upcoming or you're struggling artist, but yeah,
I'm a struggling artist.
How do you
I
guys?
got money for she.
How do you guys get paid? Like,
Yeah.
how do you guys get money? I had a couple of cats that they didn't actually understand the whole process. The Sambro, your Picasso,
Yeah.
your Sambra. Please break it down so that they can actually understand what you need to do with this.
Okay, this is how it goes down. As an artist, for you to get money, you have to have a whole lot of streams, like millions, for you to actually can get like your money bonagala and all.
Okay.
But then in the long run, we eat via royalties.
Yeah, which is it takes time, right?
It takes time. It does take time. So basically, you register with Samro, your music is registered and whatnot. You register with Risa. Risa gives you an ISRC code whereby.
Can you actually explain what Sambro does and what
Yeah.
Risa is and all those type of things for those people who don't know and they wanna get into the music business and they actually wanna get paid?
Nice. Well, Samro, you register yourself as an artist and your body of work, everything you've done. And with Risa, Risa gives you a code for specific tracks or videos that you worked on. So whenever those things play on radio or TV, they'll actually pinpoint it. Oh, ingoma ka Tepo le, ingoma ka Samo Soul le. And then with Capasso and Sampra pays for like your radio royalties, I guess.
Okay.
And then a Capasso, like for instance, my music is making rounds on Netflix, right? Kings of Joburg and all, second season.
So you have like a soundtrack.
Yeah, like Ikapaso, whenever your music is being played on these videos, these productions, you actually get credited, you get paid for that.
So in a way, you're saying that Risa actually tracks your music.
Yeah.
And Capasso actually, what does it do? Does it go and collect those?
Collects the
Then
royalties.
it give them
Capasso,
to
the
what?
videos and what, and
They go back to
the
Sambro.
radio
Then
stations.
Sambro, what is like? What does Sambro do?
Sambro registers you as an artist.
It doesn't protect anything.
Mm,
Or they just collect your royalties. They don't care about copyrights and other things.
well, copyrights, they do care about that, but then Irisa Yona focuses more on, also, okay, this is your IP, your intellectual property, it gets a code, like a barcode,
Oh, yeah,
like a
yes,
product
yeah.
at Pick and Pay, for instance, is also a barcode, that's your song. My Jalada, the
It comes
barcode
back.
registers as, okay, you got airplay there, you got airplay there.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I hear you talking about Kings of Joburg. So did they pay you a full amount or you earn royalties
Royalties.
so you don't get paid?
Nope.
Okay, Nix.
Yeah, ngizama royalties.
So how long are you gonna wait to get royalties?
Royalties, not much. I can pull them out, withdraw and whatnot, but then I'm just letting that ish stack up.
Pile up.
Yeah.
So there's no certain period where they say after 6 months they're gonna mature or whatever the case may be, then you're gonna receive them there.
Nope.
So
Like-
that's how most upcoming artists
Yeah.
live with.
Like if you know the ins and outs of the industry, you can actually survive. Cause honestly, now streams take a whole lot of time for you to like procure them and all, but then you can eat via shows. Like that's where we eat shows.
Do you, but
Shows.
do you guys get like gigs? Do you get gigs?
Gigs.
Actually paying gigs, because everybody get gigs.
Everybody
but I'm
gets
talking
gigs.
about paying gigs.
Yeah, I do get paying gigs. Oh, there's a recent dispute we had with a local alcohol vendor in the hood and all.
Okay.
Not vendor isn't the tradition, but then okay, it's a place and things. I won't even mention the place and all, but then
Yeah, you don't have to.
Like in Topara, you spend so much years perfecting your craft. You pay for your art and all, producer or whatever's working on your stuff to be proper, crisp and all. And then you get a fine establishment coming at you, be like, yo, you know what? We're launching, we want you to perform here, and they don't actually want to pay you. Like, that's something else. It's
They
like
want to pay you with
disrespect.
what? Alcohol. Is it
Imagine,
exposure?
that's like spitting on someone's face, bro.
Because now
Honestly.
it's like we in a new era where, man, you can't be paying people. People can't be getting paid with exposure. You can't be getting paid with alcohol.
Exposure
It's
don't
like-
pay no bills. Exposure don't put no gas in your car. Exposure don't put no food on your plate. Like honestly, let's keep it real 100.
Because the other things that they say that student credit doesn't pay rent at the
Yeah.
end of the day, so you need to get paid.
Like
need-
you get street cred, but it's like yeah, he's a mean speed, and then
So-
they go they
So how
separate.
much do you
That's
charge,
it.
Picky?
Per gig?
Yeah.
Oh, depends on what you want. But then I'm
Okay,
okay
let's,
for like
let's just say it's me hosting a birthday,
Yeah.
a birthday celebration for Mutwana, then I call you to perform. So how much you gonna charge me?
Well, technically, I'm going for like 3K minimum.
Oh, so it's your starting price.
It's my
or
starting
the
price.
maximum or
Yeah.
what's happening?
That's the minimum.
The minimum is
Yeah.
3K.
And with that minimum, you get like 5 songs. And beside that, you'll be getting a whole lot of vibes on stage.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's quite affordable.
It's
But
affordable.
let's just say it's me who want to start establish myself as an artist.
Yeah.
What do I have to do?
You want to establish yourself as an artist?
Yeah, what do I have to do?
The best thing to do is to connect. Have a network of people. You cannot just be a lone island and expect to make money or waves. That's impossible. Make connections with people. Connect on a deeper level.
So the most important thing is making connections in the industry with the right names.
Mhm.
That's how you're gonna get in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The talent don't really matter at this point.
Like honestly, when it comes to music, music is 20% talent, 80% business. That's how I see it.
So what's your 5-year plan in the industry, in the music, in your music, not personal, not
Yeah,
personal,
in my music.
in your music, the 5-year plan.
5-year plan.
What do you want to achieve in the coming 5 years?
Oh, bruh, flip. Like I wanna be major, Viz, like in a crazy way. Like I wanna go like triple platinum, for instance, but then in a different way, in a unique way, not just how people are doing that. You see how Casper made his moves? Like basically, he hosts a show. When you buy a ticket, when you get in, you get a CD. You know,
CD,
basically you
buy
paid
CD.
for it. You check. Like coming up with a plan like that. Like I want something crazy, big time. Like I want to set milestones. So it's okay. Oh, flip! He's the first person to do that. First person to do that.
Yes.
First person to do that. Like that's what I'm aiming at. I don't want to follow suit and be like, okay, what are we doing next? No, I want to be like unique.
Who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to?
Yeah, in the industry.
In the industry, locally, none other than P.O.
Yeah.
Like I respect and love that guy's art. Like honestly, on another level.
That's pretty
P.O.
dope. So, what do you think of the state of hip hop in your hood?
In my hood, oh, it's alive.
Because I hear there's like the North Side sessions
Mm-hmm.
where it get. Okay, the state of hip hop, the Northern Side hip hop sessions.
Yeah. Hip hop is alive and well in Deep Sleep. Ziyatanza, ziyakhipha, ziyaporoma blind. Northside Hip Hop Sessions every Sunday at Station 6 High Lounge, hosted by none other than Mexo, Tony Bassoni, Kumza. Like it's happening.
So-
You were there,
so-
dog. Like it's happening.
So who came up with the whole concept of you guys bringing back the Northern Side hip hop sessions?
The one and only Mexo.
So
Because before the lockdown happened, he was pushing sessions in the hood.
Oh,
But then the way where's your vibe? Up at in Station 4.
Station 4.
But then now he's changed the scenery to a high lounge, which is like an upgrade, a good one for that matter. Yeah, bon.
So you saying that with them bringing back the sessions, are they gatekeepers in the hood, or are they just people that actually love to promote music?
They are people who love to promote music, but then for someone who's a layman and actually hates them, they'll be like, they're gatekeepers. They don't want us to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Because here's the thing now, when you get to the session, if you're on the poster, automatically you perform, right? But then if you get there early, you can actually write your name down to be like, oh, you perform.
Also, there's like a list of people
Yeah,
that are going to
there's a
perform.
list. There's
So
a
I don't
list.
just pull up because it's Samo Soul is a superstar, he comes and performs. So I have to actually get my name on the list.
Yeah, bro, you have
And
to.
they're gonna give me a time when I'm gonna perform my songs and all that.
That's the whole
That's
procedure.
actually pretty dope.
Yeah,
So
like-
they're not gatekeepers.
They- like-
just clarify that
They're not gatekeepers.
They're just promoting.
They're
hip-hop
promoting the art, and they're actually the people who promote the art in the right way, yeah, guys.
So
Much appreciated, and shout out to you guys for keeping the vibe alive in the hood, man. Much respect.
So on the hip hop scene in the northern side, where do you rate yourself? Are you in the top 10, the top 5, the top 2, or you're not even on the list?
Like honestly though, now, if I was to rate myself, I would start blowing my own horn in any way, shape, or form.
Nah, you can. It's allowed here. Yeah,
Like-
it's allowed.
I'll rate myself in the top 2.
So who's number 1?
Either me or Spec XI.
So out of all those
All
other
the
cats
cats.
in the north, you feel nobody besides Spag XI.
I actually feel 2 people, Spec XI and Uncle Murder songs.
Uncle Murder songs.
Previously known as Rider.
It's
Like
crazy.
those are the only two people who I'd be like, yes, these niggas can go bar for bar with me.
So as in for the rest,
Right.
they're okay.
They're
just
okay, yeah.
They're just there. They're lukewarm.
Yeah, but about shit too much, they're good. Some have stage presence, but they lack bars. Some have bars, but they lack stage presence. So, like, you know, there's one missing, 1, 2.
Also, there's
One
like
missing, 1, 2.
elements.
Yeah, just like that. But then the two people I mentioned, Uncle Murder Songs and Specky XI.
So they got the qualities.
Yeah.
Tell me, what makes one to be a great rapper? What are
Basically,
the elements that
for
makes
you
one
to be a great rapper,
Yeah.
it's like being a good baker. You must know which ingredients to use. Or a good cook.
So
for
you
that
need to
matter.
have what? Like stage presence, as you mentioned.
Before we get to the stage presence, right?
delivery.
When recording, when you record, you don't just go there, whip your phone out, and read that.
You actually need to connect with the lyrics, the song.
Thank
itself.
you. Basically, you practice and rehearse that shit at home. When you get to studio, you spit it from the heart and mind.
But on some documentaries, Jay-Z and all those others,
Mm-hmm.
they will say that they don't actually write music down. They just go to the studio and they start recording. They
You know
start
why?
making records.
They possess.
And a lot of
Yeah.
kids, they imitate that. What makes Jay-Z different from you, your writing process?
Mm-hmm.
What
Well, Jay-Z, nah. As a rapper, there's a few qualities you must have. Either you're a good writer or a good freestyler. Basically, you take time to write stuff, or you actually come up with stuff on the spot like that.
then
like,
that's
That's
what
it.
makes
Those are the two contrary points. So it's okay. You can either come up with shit over time, or you can come up with shit instantly on the spot. Like those are the two different type of rappers. Either you write or you just spit off the top.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your tape. Passion vs. Pride, your first tape.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the title itself, it has a deeper meaning.
Way deep.
Deeper meaning. Can you at least break it down for us, for those people who don't know the tape and
Yeah.
what it's all about? Just break it down for us.
Okay, so Mina, I view myself as an artist who's a voice for the people. What I spit or what I say, you relate because I represent us, right? That's me as an artist. When I say something, it doesn't mean I went through that. But then I can actually listen to a friend of mine saying what they went through, and then I share that second-hand experience so people can learn from it.
So you
Yeah.
telling me that you write music based on other people's experiences, including yours. Or
Yes.
you just write about other people's experiences and you own the stories when you lace your songs, you own the story.
Well, I won't own a story. Like when I say something that's not me, you'll hear what's no. Diabolic is not talking about him. That's when I'll be talking about that topic specifically in second or third person. But then in first person, you know, okay, that's Diabolic, what he went through. But then if it's second or third person, they'll be like, okay, that's something you heard from someone or something else.
So
Yeah.
tell me, when you were writing that tape, right?
Mhm.
What was going through your mind? What was going through your mind when you actually laced the first song? And when you were busy, the writing process,
Mhm.
you recording the songs, what was going through your mind?
It's actually funny because that tape was actually meant to be an EP, 4 tracks. 4.
Okay?
Recorded those tracks, they were mastered and all. When I was supposed to be releasing those tracks, mysteriously got deleted at the studio. So
Deleted by who?
I don't know.
Was it one
Shit.
of those lost tapes or
one of those,
the
like,
PC crashed?
it was one of those stories, right? But then honestly, after that, I re-recorded those 4 tracks, and then I was like, yeah, man, I can actually do way better than that.
So you added more.
Added more, made it 13 tracks instead of 4. Converted the EP into a mixtape. Added more heart into it.
Okay, there's a song there titled Exhale. What was the motivation behind that song?
Exhale.
Sorry.
Okay, so you know, this is the thing. As artists, we struggle. We struggle big fucking time. Because you're trying to juggle your art. you pushing your art and whatnot, plus a 9 to 5, which is funding your art. That's passion versus pride. So basically, are you following your passion, or are you swallowing your pride? Like having pride, as in, I won't do that. I won't do that. I will keep a straight jacket on me and I'll focus on this crazy shit.
Jeez, man.
Like that's passion versus pride, honestly, for me. That's how I saw it, because for the past 7 years, I've been working for the man. When you're working for the man, you don't have time to yourself. Only the time you get from the man saying, as in, have some chill time. That's the time I actually got to push the art. That's passion versus pride. I actually hate that, because when people view me, they'll be like, okay, because there's Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or Absol, because he'll release, go MIA, do 1, 2, 3, 4 behind the scenes, and then comes back with another tape or another single, another hit or what. But then behind the scenes is that time is of the essence. I'll be pushing, I'll be working, trying to keep myself afloat, getting money, because the standard of living is going high constantly. You cannot be saying as in, yeah, you're saying as I'm a rapper. Rap doesn't pay that much. Only if you're popping, that's where rap actually pays.
And in order for you to pop, you need to pay for quality music. First of all, you need to pay producers.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I've noticed about a lot of artists is that they have money to spend on other things, alcohol, clubs and all that, but they don't really have money to pay producers.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I feel like producers also, they don't go extra miles on their production.
That's because niggas don't actually value the producer. You know, a producer is like your spokesperson, in a sense, like your hype man. A beat will capture the person before your lyrics do.
Okay, let's go back to Exhale.
Yeah.
There was you dropped Exhale.
Exhale featuring Ziggy.
Then there was a remix. What was that
Ooh.
all about?
The remix, you know, the point of view I had, or rather the picture I had in mind was I'm bringing the North together. From Deep Salute, it was myself, Ziggy, Tony Passoni, Jay from TOH. Yeah, Jay the Plug from TOH. I had Luke from La Femme. Like, I had a whole lot of people from Deep Salute.
Cool
After that, Cool G too. And then Everything Gish, and then I exported. I went to Honeydew and got Real Raw Talent, which is KGXI from Honeydew. At the time, nigga was like the most popping guy, and he still is right now. That's what I think, because his consistency is good, even way better than mine. So like, I brought about these individuals who are pushing their talents.
So it was actually all about you bringing the North together.
Thank you.
Okay, so was it you trying to see who's the best in the North with that track? Because I see everybody on the joint, they dropping bars. Everybody was on their best, even though some of their best was not the best, but they were on their best.
Like, you know what happened with that track? I reached out to all those people individually, and when I reached out, I was like, yo, what's up? I'm that bar. They're like, yeah, I know you, okay. Do you want to be on Excel Remix? And everyone was up for that.
Okay.
And the matter of fact, you would see like, okay, you know, Mabetsi, your reputation precedes you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's okay. Now with that, but like, what's he known for? 1, 2, 3, 4. That shit precedes you, right? So everyone brought their A game because they knew what they were getting themselves into. And I actually appreciate that. You know, for me, Exhale Remix plus the original, those would be the best songs I've ever worked on.
So which one would you prefer, the remix or the original song?
Original.
Not the remix.
The original carries a weight and a half. Like the weight in that original, like when you listen to my verse and Ziga's verse.
But I felt like on the remix, Ziggy really went hard, and you also went hard.
Yeah.
And also the others, they went hard, you know. But I felt more like Ziggy in that joint, the whole joint in the remix. He actually, for me personally, I'm not hating on anybody's verse on the joint.
Yeah, man.
But I feel
Tell
like
your
Ziggy,
tell your truth, my
Ziggy,
nigga.
he killed it for me. I feel like Ziggy, he related to the story
I just
of
took
the
them
whole
shades
joint.
off.
Like Ziggy, for me, Ziggy is one of the best rappers in the
I
North.
agree.
I also liked KG's verse, and I don't understand why he was on the first verse.
He wanted to be on the first verse. He
Because
wanted that.
After the first verse, I listened to his verse, and I was like, shit, this is dope.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to listen to the other verses. Then I had to skip through because Ziggy is like my favorite. And he went ham on the verse. I know he also went really, really hard on the song. You know?
I hate love almost called it quits.
And I feel like
still resist.
Artists like Luke on the song,
yeah.
he went hard also, right? But I felt like he needed more time to tell us, because I feel like he was just telling us the story about how record labels, how he broke out,
how the record label fucked him over.
Fucked him over, and also how he managed to break out from there. I feel like he needed actually to release a joint based on that verse.
Honestly, you know.
Then we also had who's that other guy? SK, right? Also SK, he went hard.
Listen to this. SK Koza. Not that SK Koza. But then a different SK Koza. That guy, like, he's not a rapper. He's actually an IT technician.
Jeez, dog. With bars like that.
With bars like that, imagine. That's how the art influences a person.
Damn.
He's an IT technician.
But he went hard, man. I feel like
he went hard.
He had a story. Because on that joint,
hard.
I feel like everybody has a story, had a story to tell on the joint. You know, but there's certain stories that I felt like, damn, this niggas just need to get like 2 verses on this song. You know?
Yeah.
But for me personally, shout out to Ziggy, man, for that verse.
Ziggy,
Shout out to Ziggy.
Deep Society member. He's in Northwest right now. My nigga, I know you're watching this.
Because I felt like that verse was just...
It was fire.
It was talking to me.
Ziggy's a force to be reckoned with.
Then you went on and you dropped another single with Carol. What was the name of that song?
No Warning.
No Warning.
What was that? Check that joint out. Okay, so at that time I was heartbroken. I don't wanna lie. And since music is basically you telling a life story in a way that's not real or real, but people will see it as a life story other way.
On that song, actually, it was based on what the experience that you went through.
Yeah, I got heartbroken like a mofo, bro. I don't wanna lie.
Don't name drop the girl, but yeah, it's okay.
Nah, she doesn't deserve that.
So it was based on your emotions at the time. What were you going through at the time? And also, I felt like it was too personal. It was one of those personal songs that I felt like, oh shit, okay, maybe that's what he's going through, or it's just a story that he's trying to tell with love, you know, that sometimes it just doesn't give you a warning.
You know, like, honestly, bro, when it comes to my music career, there's only 2 songs that actually depict what I was going through at the time. And those songs are Exhale and No Warning. With Exhale, I was having a rough patch through life. Whereby life hits you with left, right, jab, uppercut.
And it doesn't stop at all.
That was when I actually came up with Exhale. And on the hook, on the hook, it's Brianna Marine. She's from Los Angeles. Shout out to her.
So how did the collaboration come over? Or did you just get the beat online, or was it that you had to call her and you get the beat with the hook?
I bought the beat from Dream Life, and the beat came with a hook from Brianna Marine, and she actually worked it for her on a track. That's like crazy, like which is actually good, you know. Like I said earlier on, with networking and all, when you work with someone, basically their network will overlap to your own network,
which is open doors for you.
Thank you. That's so, Brian.
So tell me, like, what do you think of Big Zulu's 150 bars? Do you think it was something that the SA hip hop at this moment needed, or it was more of a rude awakening, or you feel that Big Zulu is just seeking attention?
Attention to the side, actually out the window. Hip hop was like a sub-genre for the past 3 years. Honestly, how can that be? Hip hop a sub-genre in SA?
Okay, and also there were couple of replies. You know, MT went
Yeah.
on a live, and I saw a tweet, somebody saying that Big Zulu wasn't supposed to diss MT because the MT is going through a lot, physically, mentally. No, he's just going through a lot. So
Physically, mentally, whatever you're going through, this is hip hop.
So are you telling me that hip hop has gotten to a point where it's more like a glass house now, where rappers are sensitive, or do you have to when you diss somebody, do you have to get personal, or there's certain things you don't have to touch because he's going through blah 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 blah?
It's up to you. A diss track is basically you spitting. Whether you talk about current events or something that happened in the past, it's you actually depicting real shit, but then putting it in a witty and metaphoric way. That's hip hop.
So you don't say that Big Zulu was wrong?
No, he wasn't.
For
He
actually
wasn't.
dissing MT.
No, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't. What did he speak about? Mercedes Benz.
Nah, he talked about things that actually some people say that
He spoke about the guy's Benz.
triggers trauma in him because of the things that he lost
A car.
everything. You know, a car and everything.
How would
else.
you catch feelings over losing a car? You know, if it was actually me dissing you about you losing your sister, brother, whatsoever, that's actually something we shouldn't be touching because it's way personal.
So you say
right?
that when it comes
unless it's a battle.
So you're saying that when it comes to diss tracks, right?
Yeah.
There's certain things that you don't talk about. You're not allowed to talk about.
With diss tracks, anything goes. You
Anything
can talk
goes.
about anything and everything, but here's where the difference lies, my guy. When you're talking about me in a diss track, mention me, mention whatever you want, but then once you start mentioning things that are heavy and I feel way too heavy about, like losing a sister or losing a mother or a father or a loved one, basically. You see, that's a subject that's way too heavy and it will inflict a whole lot of emotions whereby niggas can actually start fighting or do whatever. But then hip hop is hip hop.
So hip hop
It's part of the culture.
There's no boundary.
When you attend rap battles, you'll see a nigga talking about the other niggas this and that. Things that are out of line. But it's hip hop at the end of the day. And the thing is that with Big Zulu, I respect the guy. Much appreciated what he did because now the interest and whatnot has came back to hip hop.
But do you think Big Zulu has a strategy in place, or is just
Yes, he
playing
does.
around?
He does.
Because I had a couple of cats that actually responded to a diss track with diss tracks. Do you think it's gonna work in his favor, or he was just that man who decided that he just want to sacrifice himself for the sake of the game, sake of hip hop?
What you just said. Initially, he thought, okay, this is what I'm thinking, right? Initially, he was like, okay, let me be the sacrificial lamb for this thing, for hip hop to be revived and be back to life. But then, he brought KO. After KO responded to that, boom, his track went to number one spot. You check. Questa, if he has a song that's upcoming right now that is gonna release, it's gonna go up. Oskuva with Duncan. Like this is how it's like, my guy. You use that as a platform for you to get where you want. See, basically you're seeing it as a bus.
But do you think this him reviving hip hop will definitely work in his favor?
Yes.
Or because there's like genres like piano every day. There's
A new hit
Zakai,
song.
every day
A
there's
new hit song every day.
There's a new
Yeah.
kid on the block coming in. But with hip hop, right? There's songs, people take time to drop albums.
Yes.
And when they drop, and sometimes it's good, you know.
Sometimes it's
Because
bad.
in the last 5 years, we never had somebody who popped out.
We've had
It was Blakey, and which
Maglada Dope Boy, Tato Soul.
But I feel like with Blakey, it was something that we're not expecting, because MT was the last person to blow up, right?
Oh shit, that's crazy. Actually thinking
You see,
about it, that's
with
crazy and true.
hip hop, it seems like there's everybody. It's more like presidency. Everybody has a term, like a 4-year term, 5-year term,
5
and
years
there's
time,
another
and then
one.
they're out, and the next one comes.
But do you think if you get into the mainstream, would you have 4 years of dominance or more than that?
I want a lifetime of dominance, like for real. I'm not a cloud chaser in any way, shape, or form. But then once I do that in the game,
So you
ain't no
definitely
coming
do that.
back. Like, ain't no coming back. As in, I see myself as a person of favor and talent. I would say favor talent. No, favor talent. Basically, my music is what I'm gonna spread. My art is what I'm gonna spread.
So, okay.
Yeah, man.
So what's your top 5? Like top 5 for your favorite rappers, locally or international? Just mention your top 5.
Can I mix them up?
Yeah, just mix them
In
up.
no order.
In no
whatsoever.
order. Just mention your top
Period O, Black Lace, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Dizzy Wright. Those are my top 5.
On the top
worldwide.
5, where do you feel? Like, where do you feel like, are you the combination of the whole 5, or you just the body on the side who's coming with a different sound, or you just pick pieces there and then on those top 5 artists?
You know, nothing is new under the sun, right? Whatever one does, someone else will do at a later stage, if not like at that time.
But more better.
More better,
Yeah.
you check. So when I mention those top 5, for me, those are the people that actually influence me to actually do the art that I do. I can do the art however I want to do it, but then those are the people who set the guidelines for me.
That's pretty dope.
You
That's
check.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. So, in your top 5, right?
Mhm.
I see you mentioned people like
Peanut, oh yeah.
which is a lyricist
And a half.
the most underrated.
Mhm.
Where do other artists fit? You don't feel them, or you just don't?
No, it's
They're
not,
not in your top 5.
it's not a
I mean,
matter
the
of
likes of Pretty Ugly, the likes of Stocky T, you know, your Questa,
You know?
and the others.
and the others. Everyone's top 5 will be similar here and there, but then mine is uniquely to only one person, myself. This is the artist I've been. Like, I cannot listen to one track from this person and be like, no. It's like meeting someone the first time. Obviously, they'll have a representative.
Yeah, which is the
You
first
check
impression.
that facade and all.
And they say
Once
that's
over time you listen to that person and actually get their mindset, how they bring about certain things. That's my point of view. Yeah, man.
So in closing,
Mhm.
what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be remembered as? What?
I want to be remembered as that guy who's normal, tall, dark, skinny, and all, whatever people will be like labeling you and all. But then I just want to be that person who chose passion over pride. Passion versus pride. Oh yeah, before we go anyway. 2022, I'm releasing a project, 4-track EP.
Tackle what?
The Middle Passage. You know what the Middle Passage is, right?
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, whereby black people were being transported from Africa to US or Asia, Europe, or whatnot. That was the Middle Passage. Basically taking black people and making a profit out of them.
Okay.
That's it.
So the tape that you're working on,
Yeah.
that's what motivated you to work on the tape, or
Mhm.
there's a different story that you're telling on the tape.
With me, it's a whole different vibe. Passion versus pride, you get a glimpse of what I'm at, of where I'm at, rather.
So with Middle Passage,
Middle
how many
Passage.
tracks? How many tracks?
4.
4.
And I'm featuring Uncle Murder songs in one
So
track.
he's only one feature.
One
He's only
feature.
one feature.
I went from 9 features in Passion vs. Pride to 1 feature.
Then on this one, why didn't you like get other people? You know, your Tony Basoni.
You know why? You know why?
Your Max, Affiliation Beats, your Luke, and the others.
I already worked with those people, and the project was a success, right?
So you say that this project, it's more personal.
Thank you.
That's why you only have one
It's
feature.
more personal, 1 feature. When you listen to the tracks from start to end, they talk about one thing: getting, or rather procuring money. But then the difference lies in what is being done with that specific amount of money, or this and that, or how one does to get that money, how one goes about to get that, or how one will be affected, or rather how one will be successful once they have that. That's the middle passage.
That's
Honestly. Yeah, man.
So with this new tape, when can they expect it? When is it dropping?
I'm dropping it on my birthday, 21 November 2022.
You guys had it right. 21 November. It's dropping. The new tape is dropping.
New tape is dropping.
So you saying that with this tape, what's the difference from the last tape? What's new on this tape?
with this tape, basically, I went 360 on the usual diabolic. I brought back the same diabolic that they know, bars and whatnot, but then now it's different because I'm no longer focusing on the same factors that honest diabolic focuses on. You know what?
So what you say is that the sound itself, it's evolving.
Yeah, it's different.
Evolving.
It's different because after this, I'm going for an album, which is titled Strange Waters.
So it's gonna be a debut album. A fast album.
Yeah. Like after Middle Passage, I'm dropping Strange Waters. And I already dropped a new single from Strange Waters, which is Wavy.
Oh, that's great.
Wavy. And Wavy is making waves, like no lie.
Who produced it?
Max Affiliation Beats, shout out to him.
So you produced what, the whole tape, or was just that single?
So far, the single.
Then who produced the whole tape? Like,
The whole tape, like
put
me
the
now.
puzzle together on the tape.
You remember what I said earlier on in Fake Sang a Talent? I won't have one producer producing the whole thing. I want different sounds, different experiments of different things.
So what you're saying is that on this tape, it's more of you experiencing with sound and seeing what's next for you.
Yeah.
In terms of having a different sound altogether.
Yep.
So
And
who
working with
actually
different
compiled
artists.
the whole thing, like the producer, like the main man behind the whole tape? Because you have different beat makers and all
Different
that.
beat
But
makers
who
and all that.
who actually put the puzzle together?
Me, myself, and I. I coordinate with these producers. I want to do this, I want to do that. But then the best part is a producer won't just say, okay, we're doing that. Because he'll be like, it's bad. Let's add 1, 2, 3, 4. They basically adding themselves into the whole mix, which is great. Big time. So the whole thing is going to be unorthodox. Nothing cultural about it, but then it'll be something new. You already know Wavy, but there's more tracks.
Yeah, so it's dropping 21 November.
21 November, that's Middle Passage.
Another tape. Middle Passage.
Middle Passage.
It's a what? An EP or what?
It's an EP, 4-track EP.
4 tracks, that's it.
But next year, rest assured, Strange Waters is dropping. You already heard Wavy. Stream it online, wherever. Wavy will be on another level.
Since you say that you're the last bar band, right?
Yeah.
Can you at least give us a few lines, like a freestyle, a mini freestyle before we close up, you know? So that they know you don't claim you would say I am a last bar bender, you know? Because you know how a lot of people call themselves like
He claims, he thinks
they
he's
know,
a
you
rapper.
know. So you can,
Yeah.
can you please give us like a few lines before we
Okay.
close, you know?
Bam. I'm a crazy son of a gun and I'm second to none. I'm still representing deep town, the dangerous slum. Don't throw dirt on my name, you kiss the dirt on the ground. And these bars maximum prison, boy, they heavy as can. Why you acting like a hurdle? You finna get jumped, mediocre rappers finna get sun. When my 16 drops, nigga, your 15 is done. Call him a pair of sevens, why? I divided in half, that's bad luck. 14, 13, man, call you back up. I'm schizophrenic with the heart of them softies will back up. Let's get it. Yeah. Them softos will back up. Bro. Let's get it.
You guys heard it from the man himself. Honest diabolic,
The
man.
deep. Let's get it.
Yeah, we're out of here. Catch us on the next episode, which it's gonna be dropping soon.
Soon.
Please subscribe on the channel.
Yeah, man.
Like, share the videos. Watch the channel. Peace out.
Shout out to the Soul Stars. Let's get it.
When I pull up in the spot, they be asking what I got. Gas for an extra mile, an extra inch for the dot. When I pull up in the spot.